Hi, everyone. This is Marty Burton with Personalized Nutrition Concepts, and I am so excited about the video and information that we have for you today. I have to tell you, I have known Dr. Ann Watwood for, I don't know, how long have I known you now? Can you hear me? I think you're frozen. Oh, okay.
Am I frozen? Okay.
You are frozen. I was just letting everybody know. I think I've known you now for how long?
For over 8 years at least.
Has it been that long? And
Yeah.
I just
I've been at Clear Skin for 8 years, and I met you before.
Yeah. So the reason why I brought her on this video today is because I have so much respect for her. She is so brilliant. I love my appointments with her. She takes care of my skin. I think she does a great job. And if anyone has any skin issues whatsoever, she is absolutely brilliant. But not only is she brilliant with skin, and I think she's an artist too, but she is just brilliant in medicine. She's a naturopathic physician, and I'm going to let her tell you more about what she does. But I love going in for my appointments, and I'll bring all my research in of something that I'm thinking about, and I bounce it off her. And the dialogue is so great because it's just nice to have someone that's a professional in the medical and nutrition world that concurs with what I'm thinking about too. So I always bounce my ideas and my research off of her and what I'm thinking. So I'm just so thankful that she decided to join me today and give you guys some knowledge too. But the topic, you guys, first of all, this video is not intended to treat, cure, mitigate disease, and you should always seek the advice of a healthcare professional with whatever you do. We're just here to educate you so that you can ask more questions to your healthcare practitioner. But the video today is about cellulite and how we get it and what we can do about it to reduce the appearance. But first, I want Ann to tell everybody what she does. Dr. Watwood?
Yes. Well, hello, and thank you for having me. I really appreciate you inviting me and giving me this opportunity to have this discussion with you. So you are right. My background is a naturopathic doctor. So I've been out there practicing for over 13 years now. And most of it, or actually almost 14 years now. The last 12 to 13 years has been mostly in women's health and aesthetic medicine. And so that's where the two of them kind of joined together to create this nice harmony where not only am I working with nutrition and bioidentical hormones, but with all the different tools that we have to help women create healthy, beautiful skin and to do body contouring. And so that's why those two are really my specialties. And cellulite, and what we're going to talk about today, is definitely part of one of the things that we specialize in.
Absolutely. But let's first take a moment to just talk about social media and how that influences women in particular. And it's just not something we all have to be reminded.
Yes.
So do you get a lot of women in that come in and they say, oh, make me look, they pull up an Instagram picture and they might say, hey, make me look like this, or can you do this to my body?
Yes, every day. I have people that show up with Instagram photos every single day. And so the first thing, it's funny because I've been in it long enough, it was before Instagram, that they used to come in with magazine ads.
With what?
They would come in with magazine ads before Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
And so I would tell them the only way to look like the magazine ad is to get airbrushed.
Mm-hmm.
So nowadays I have to tell them the only way to look like the Instagram photo is to have a filter. And a lot of people need to realize that most of what they see on Instagram is filters. It's, they have those apps now, and again, I'm not super savvy with them, where you can even alter your photos, alter the shape of your nose, alter the shape of your waist, your thighs, everything. And a lot of what we're seeing out there is not real. And I've met people plenty of times in person where I've seen their Instagram and then I see them in person and I'm like, that is not the same person. So I work a lot with my women when they come in, where it's not about trying to be this perfect Instagram image.
Right.
It's about trying to feel comfortable with yourself and be happy with you and how you look. It doesn't mean that we can't work on things to improve them, but to also come back to reality and realize that a lot of these Instagram images are false and misleading.
Yeah, and I just think the more we compare ourselves to other people on Instagram, the more it affects our own self-esteem. I mean, the more we compare ourselves to other people, we're going to feel worse about ourselves. And I am so sensitive to that because I have two daughters, 17 and 21.
Yeah.
And I just worry, that they're going to want to fulfill this unrealistic image. And so everybody who's watching this, women in particular, it's not real. And this video is just all about being your best version of you. And cellulite is something we all have and we're all prone to it. But can we reduce the appearance? Can we improve upon it? Yes. But is it a natural part of the woman's body, and is it beautiful? Absolutely. That's who we are, right?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, so 90% of your women have cellulite.
What's that?
90% of women have cellulite.
Is that the statistic?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
So a lot of women don't realize that either, because again, we're not always seeing each other in shorts or in our bathing suits, but it's 90%. So a lot of women out there have it. Some have it worse than others, and you and I will talk about some of those causes and what happens there.
Right.
And then we'll talk about ways that they can treat it and minimize it and make it look better,
Right. Great. So you were discussing with me the 5 factors that contribute to cellulite. Why don't you go ahead, in a way, describe to people, and I'll help you. I'll let you know when you're. Anne's just brilliant. So sometimes when she communicates, I'm just like, whoo, okay, bring it down. So go ahead and discuss the 5 factors and I have my own too that I'll interject with, but I want to hear yours as well.
Yeah, so because we've done a lot of studies with one of the companies for devices treating cellulite, and that's where they put a lot of research into what they are. And so there's 5 different factors that create the appearance of cellulite. One is having too much fat. So they call it enlarged fat chambers, but basically it means you're overweight. And so your little fat cells are too large for their house, and so they start to bulge out.
Right.
Number 2 is the fact those fibrous collagen fibers are the septae. So women, we have septae that go up and down like this. So they're a house, and that allows the fat to bulge out. Right. Men don't. Theirs go like this. And so theirs just pull that skin down tight so the fat can't bulge out. But women's are like this, and as we age and get more sun damage, these harden even more and really tug down on the skin.
And when you say septa, you just mean the fascia that's underneath our skin.
Fibrous collagen bands. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And they literally pull the skin down like this. And that's why you get the dimpling like in between where they're at.
Right. I do have a lot of husband and wives that I work with. And the wives are always like, oh, my husband, he can eat anything he wants to eat and he never gets any cellulite. And that's because their fascia is laid down differently and their skin is also thicker as well.
Yep. And the fact that they don't have as much estrogen as we do. And estrogen is going to cause accumulation of fat on hips and thighs. And that's why men tend to get a bigger belly and women tend to get fat in, hips, butt, thighs, and stomach because of our estrogen hormone.
Right. So I think, all right. So that's how many we covered? That's 2?
So
okay.
3, yeah. So the third one, and this is actually the most common one that women don't realize, is loss of elasticity, which means loss of collagen. So as you age, once you pass the age 35, you stop producing collagen naturally. And the more you smoke, the more unhealthy you are in eating, the less exercise you get, the more sun damage you get. It continues to destroy your collagen, and that causes skin laxity. And so skin laxity is actually your third one. And the majority of cellulite that's out there is actually skin laxity, which is awesome because that's easy to fix. And then we have 2 more. One is poor circulation. So it's a lack of blood flow.
Right.
And then your 5th one is accumulation of toxins or waste products, is what we call. But toxins in your body, again, unhealthy lifestyle leads to those, is your 5th cause of cellulite. Right.
So dealing with number 1, fat stores, reducing your fat stores, right? So following your nutrition program and doing weight-bearing exercise can really help reduce and empty out those fat stores so you don't have as much bulging through the fascia of the skin.
Yes. And even when we choose to allow patients to do our treatments for cellulite, part of it is diet and exercise. If we do treatments for cellulite, they are weighed before every treatment. And if they are not within a normal BMI, they have to continue to lose weight or it will be unsuccessful. So weight loss is absolutely, if you are in an overweight or obese category, you must lose weight in order to treat the cellulite. That is necessary.
Yeah. And not just weight, but more body fat. Yes. We don't want to focus just on the number on the scale. We want to focus on our body fat percentage. And I know all of the PNC clients, you guys, most of you know your body fat percentage currently, and that's the number that we want to consistently reduce. And that can help reduce the appearance of cellulite. So that's number 1.
Weight is just a number. You see bodybuilders, there's bodybuilder women who weigh a lot more than me and they do not have any cellulite on their body. And that's because they don't have the fat.
Exactly. So it's all about the fat cells. So, all right. And then number 2, we can't really do anything about the way our fascia is laid down.
Yeah, you can't change the direction. The only thing you can change from those collagen fibers and fascia that's in there is that they harden over time due to that loss of elasticity and sun and everything like that. That really is going to be through exercise and mechanical massage, like lymphatic massage or doing other devices to help loosen up that hardened, fibrous septate band that's in there.
Yes.
So that's why even if people can't afford to do treatments, massage at home and lymphatic massage can be great for loosening them in combination with cardiovascular exercise.
Exactly. So when you go to your massage therapist, I don't know if you don't have one, like Ann said, I think you can use a brush or something like that too.
Yep, like lymphatic brushes or even just massaging yourself at home. Absolutely.
Yeah. So, but if you do go to a massage therapist, or if it's in your budget, I have mine just get in there and just break up the tissue, really deep tissue. I love that. It's painful, but it's so worth it.
It's painful, but yeah.
I don't feel like I've had a good treatment unless I'm in pain. I don't know. I'm sore the next day. It's like I worked out it's like I ran a marathon. All right. So reducing your fat stores. And then 3 was
loss of elasticity or loss of collagen.
Yeah. So just real quick on the nutrition side, I know we talked about this before, guys, but with nutrition, you can't consume collagen to make collagen, right, Ann?
Yeah. You have to consume the building blocks for
the
collagen.
Building blocks, and then you need the cofactors like vitamin C to make the collagen. But like Ann said, at age 35, we stop producing collagen. So at that point, is it just that we want to prevent the loss of collagen? How does that work?
Yes, because the average person is going to lose about 1% of collagen per year past the age of 35. And that's if you're doing everything you can to stop it. Obviously, again, excessive sun exposure, smoking, toxic lifestyle, extreme stress can cause you to lose 3, 4, 5% collagen per year. So what you really want to do is minimize your loss. And then there's always other options of things, like the different treatments that we offer you can do to stimulate collagen to grow back. But with your diet and your lifestyle, what you're trying to do is minimize that loss.
So what do you think about all the people that take these collagen protein peptides?
I think collagen protein is fine as a protein source if you're just taking it for your protein powder for the day. The collagen protein powder is not going to increase the collagen in your skin. I think there's better studies behind it that it might help joints and just help overall the fluidity in the body, but it's not going to grow brand new collagen in the skin, but it can help everything to be better. So I'm still fine with people taking it as a supplement, but if there was a pill that would cause our skin to be tight, we would all be taking it.
We find it for sure,
I would
right?
be taking it. Yeah.
I know.
So that's how we know that powders don't work, but I still think you can find reputable protein powders if people don't do well with whey or, other things like that. It can be a great, just a protein supplement. Powder, but it's not going to grow new collagen. You have to have the building blocks.
I know, you really do. And even if you have the building blocks, so what you're saying is that you really can't produce more collagen after age 35 unless you do external treatments. Is that what you're saying?
That's correct. But you can always stimulate new collagen to be formulated through treatments. And more importantly, you can minimize the loss of the collagen that you have by maintaining it with a healthy diet and lifestyle.
Yeah. So I know that's such a bummer for so many people to hear, because how many people do you know that put the collagen in their coffee and they think that they're improving their skin, their hair, their nails?
Yeah. And the thing is the building blocks are more likely to go in. And like I said, for joints and like you mentioned, hair and nails, you can actually get in and improve those because hair and nails are constantly turning over, right? So that's something that can be. But because of the fibroblasts in your skin, which is the little teeny tiny immune cell that makes collagen, stops doing it at age 35. That's why people typically see aging signs in the 40s and 50s, because now they haven't been producing collagen for a certain amount of time. Those fibroblasts won't necessarily kick into gear and make more collagen unless you do something to stimulate them. And just giving them the nutrients that they need doesn't stimulate them. But again, the important part is minimizing the loss, because even if you come to me and you do a series, I can only grow so much collagen for you. You now have to take care of that and prevent your body from losing it again. And so that's the important part to do with your diet and your lifestyle.
Right. And I have seen people when they change their nutrition and when they start exercising, they do have a more youthful, tighter appearance to their skin. It's amazing.
Because their skin is healthier. It's
hydrated.
It has the vitamins and minerals that it needs. So you can see the vitamin and the nutrients in the skin when it comes back and they get that healthy glow. So that is still possible because you're right. They go from that like pale or like grayish and just unhealthy to that beautiful, healthy glow. And you can definitely improve that with diet and with, diet and like nutrient supplementation.
Right. Yeah. So you just really want to work on preventing that collagen loss, and then rebuilding it through external treatments too, if that's a direction you want to go in, which I'll have Anne describe that a little bit in just a few minutes. But and then toxin buildup, right? Was that the next one? We get toxins from everywhere, the food we eat, what we put on our skin. I mean, I'm always telling people to clean up their food and watch what you put on your skin.
Yeah, because also it's like, if you think about it, just driving in Arizona, we are surrounded by pollution. So you're being exposed to toxins on a daily basis just through that. Pesticides that are being sprayed all over the place. So the only thing that we have control of is what we're eating and then the healthcare products that we're using at home and cleaning our house with. And so that's really where we can control or minimize our toxin exposure, because we can't control where we live and if we're driving on a polluted freeway to go to work, because if you have to have that job and you can't just quit and move out into the middle of Montana, to have beautiful, clean air, then you have to minimize your toxin exposure through your diet and your lifestyle.
Right. And then there's a lot of chemicals out there called xenoestrogens. And I know hormone imbalance is a big factor in cellulite, right? And so xenoestrogens mimic the effect of estrogen in the body, correct?
Correct. They do. Yeah.
So we really...
Water bottles are one of your biggest offenders.
I know. So making sure that we drink out of... What is your favorite thing to drink out of? Drink your water out of?
I always do one of these ones, like the corksicle type things.
Okay.
People have
BPA.
Those. The BPA free.
Yeah. Okay, great.
So having a container, it's metal, glass. Those are going to be your two friendly ones. And then your metal ones, just making sure they're not certain things that are going to leach. So just finding your BPA frees. And so I use one that's more of a metal, but I do have glass containers as well. You can also get like the really hard plastics that are not like the reusable water bottles, but that are the hard plastic reusable. Those are also fine to drink out of. It's more of those soft, squishy water bottles that are going to be your biggest offender.
Right. So guys, it is really important to watch what you're putting on your skin. We can't live in a bubble. We're going to have to go outside, but you definitely have control over a lot of it. And that's, making sure that you're not consuming fruits and vegetables with glyphosate, which is a terrible herbicide, pesticide, or eating foods that are just processed and tons of refined sugar. And then just, people don't know this too, but what you put on your skin gets absorbed into the body pretty quickly.
Absolutely. Skin is the largest organ in your body. And most people don't think of it as an organ, but it is literally the largest organ, and it is designed to absorb stuff. So just for example, we see all those, lawsuit commercials for people that were dealing with pesticides that now have cancer and things like that. That was all absorbed through the skin. So the different chemicals that you're cleaning with, and I know this is obviously, we've been in a time of COVID-19, so it's hand sanitizers and all these cleaning chemicals. I just advise people that if they are going to be cleaning their homes with harsh chemicals, wear gloves, and make sure that you're protecting your skin while you're using it. Still wash your hands regularly with your antibacterial soaps. There's, you absolutely have to do that. But be wary of the products that you're putting on your skin, from your lotions and your cosmetics, and even your sunscreens can have bad ingredients in them. So it is good to take the time to investigate what you're putting on your skin and using good, healthy products that have good, healthy bases and that are not full of toxic chemicals.
It's so important because it's really hard to detoxify all the time.
Yes.
I mean, it's almost a full-time job. I mean, I know I do glutathione for my liver like once every 2 weeks. Yeah. Through IV, and that's one way. And then the lymphatic drainage, obviously, hydration. What are some other ways people can detoxify?
So I mean, obviously, like you talked about, it's hard to detoxify all the time, but definitely keeping up on any nutrients that help support liver and kidneys. So your liver and your kidneys are your two primary detox organs. Your skin is actually your backup detox organs. So simple ways to start in the beginning that's cheap and easy for people. One is doing the lymph brushing, or like getting one of those dry brushes.
Oh, I think we're paused a little bit. I think the Wi-Fi is so slow because everybody's at home in school. So you just paused a little bit. So okay. It's okay though.
But anyway, two of the cheap and easy ways to do it is, one is doing like lymphatic brushing,
right?
Stimulate that lymph system. Two is doing like Epsom salt baths. That helps to pull toxins out. So those are two simple ways people can start. Another supplement they can take on a daily basis is N-acetylcysteine. Okay. And that's a precursor to glutathione, so that if they're not able to get an IV of glutathione on a regular basis, N-acetylcysteine is an amino acid supplement that they can take to help boost that. But water, you have to drink your water. Again, you want to try not to have a water bottle. You want to hopefully have it filtered, so it also doesn't have chlorine and all the chemicals that are in it. And then last but not least is eating as clean as you can in your diet. So trying to get your organic vegetables, hopefully from a farmer's market, or finding a grocery store that buys from the local farmers, so that you're really getting things that aren't traveling far and sprayed with a bunch of, chemicals to cause them to stay fresh for longer. And then the meats are the other big ones. So, looking for your grass-fed, grass-finished beef, or your pasture-raised chickens, or your wild-caught fish, so that you're not getting all the toxins through the meat as well.
Right, exactly. So there's a lot of, organic foods out there that aren't really organic. Yes. So really I know I order all of my protein from Butcher Box, which I think is phenomenal.
Yeah, I do too. I love them as well.
They're great.
Way to go. But here in Arizona, if you can't make it to farmers markets, there is a butcher in Phoenix that carries the meats from farmers markets.
Oh, okay. That's good to know.
They're expensive, though, is the only problem. So that's why like the Butcher Box is nice, or I like to go to the farmers markets because then it's cheaper. But that is always an alternative if people are not able to do one of those other ones.
Yeah. So real quick too, I'm always asking people to really watch the amount of alcohol that they're drinking. One, it really slows down the body fat reduction phase of your process, but also how does that impact a person's ability and their ability to reduce the appearance of cellulite?
Well, number one, if you're drinking alcohol, because alcohol can cause alcohol poisoning, the number one thing your liver is going to do when you drink alcohol is detoxify the alcohol out of your body before it does anything else.
Right.
So you're stopping your liver's ability to get rid of any other toxins in your body, because it's going to deal with the alcohol first and put everything else on hold. So that means anything else you're trying to do is now stopped to get rid of the alcohol. So that slows down your entire detoxification pathway. So that alone is going to cause toxic buildup, not of the alcohol, but of everything else.
Yes. So I know it's our first topic in our series of education. We talk about alcohol and the impact that it has, and it can take up to based on how much you drink, it can take up to 2 to 3 days for the liver to break down the poisonous byproducts that ethanol breaks down into, right?
Yeah. So, I mean, any of us who are older, it's the same way now. I say once you're in your 40s, if you have a hangover, it lasts 2 to 3 days. It's not 2 to 3 hours like when you were in college. It lasts a lot longer.
Right.
That's because of exactly what you were just talking about.
Exactly. And then, so with hydration, we really want to make sure we're drinking half of our weight in fluid ounces of water.
Plus about an additional 6 to 8 ounces for every caffeinated beverage that you drink.
Right. And then if they exercise, another 10 ounces, another 10 fluid ounces. And then our climate too.
They sweat,
Our climate is insane. So we definitely want to make sure we go above and beyond here in Arizona in terms of hydration. Yeah. So did we miss anything?
Poor circulation.
Circulation. Okay. All right. So what would you recommend in terms
the main thing is cardiovascular exercise, which is simply if people especially have health conditions, walking. It doesn't mean that they have to go to a hardcore spin class or run a marathon. They just need to walk on a daily basis for 20 to 30 minutes. Get out there, and a good brisk walk if they can. If they can't because they've had knee replacements, hip replacements, just walking on a daily basis for a consistent amount of time. Even if you're getting your 10,000 steps in, it's not the same as doing a consistent 20 to 30-minute walk where you're really getting that blood flow. So that's going to be your number one.
Wow, that's good to know. Those are easy things that people can do right away.
Yep.
You might. So, and then I just want to take the next few minutes and just, the last part is really if it's in your budget and it's something that's super important to you. I haven't tried it yet. I might, but I want Anne to describe a little bit about what she offers she's the medical director at Clear Skin Institute, where I get my skin taken care of. Mm-hmm. I don't know, maybe I'll come in and try a treatment. I haven't yet, but
yeah.
Why don't you go ahead and describe to us a little bit so we know what you do?
Yeah. So we offer a variety of services for body contouring, but we do have a device that is specifically designed for cellulite. So it was created for that. And it actually addresses all 5 of the aspects. Oh. But again, that's all 5 of the aspects if people are participating in it. They still have to eat healthy. They still need to be doing cardiovascular exercise at home. They still need to be drinking their water. And that's why even if we are going to do this device to treat their cellulite, we will weigh them and measure their hydration every single time they come in. Because if they're not meeting those factors, the device is not going to work as well either.
And what would you recommend their body fat percentage be in order for it to be effective?
So basically, they can be in a normal or an overweight category. They just cannot be in an obese category.
Okay.
So, but if they're in an overweight category, we work with them to lose some weight. So it's the same thing where if they can do about a half a pound to a pound a week, so basically between 2 and 4 pounds a month for a weight loss journey. So if they want to lose faster, that's fine. But, everybody's different. Then that will continue to improve their result. And of course, that's going to be with us encouraging the diet and the exercise as part of it. They will get faster results if they're doing that 2 to 4 pounds a month.
Okay. And do you have a particular brush that you recommend for lymphatic drainage?
I don't have a particular brush, but definitely ones that are a little bit of those firmer bristles that are on there. You don't want it to scratch your skin, so you want it to be soft enough, but just enough that, you're getting that really good dry brushing, and you start from the ground and work your way up. So you always want to think that you want to bring, all of your blood flow back to your heart. So you start with your toes and then work up through your abdomen and everything up to the heart. Then you start from your arms and then bring that all into the heart. And so everything brings that back.
Great. I'm sure it's something they could just get on Amazon if they put in lymphatic brush.
Yeah, probably even stores like, Target, Bed Bath Beyond, anything like that. You could probably look up lymphatic brush and find it just about anywhere.
Okay. And then go ahead and share with us, how do people get in touch with you?
So if you want to get in touch with me, my practice name is Clear Skin Institute. So it's just clearskininstitute.com. We're downtown in Phoenix, Arizona. So that's probably going to be the number one way. You can always call my office. I can list off the phone number if you want me to, but I would say just going to the www.clearskininstitute.com. And that's where you'll find all of our contact information.
Perfect. Great. Well, that was amazing. Thank you. Hopefully everybody learned a few things that you can do to, I just think first and foremost, we've got to empty out those fat cells.
Yes.
Let's get rid of the body fat.
Because while you're emptying out the fat cells, work on detoxifying because your fat cells are going to dump toxins into the system. So doing those two together.
Yes. And so I know that we have our clients doing gentle detoxification about 3 times a year, 3 to 4 times per year. So keep that up. It's great for you. And then all the other things that Anne mentioned. But I can't say enough. Anne is brilliant, not only as a physician, but just in everything that she does. So if you want to take it that one step further, I highly recommend that you give her a call because she has just been great. And I think I'm going to try treatment. And if I do, I'll let you know all about it.
Great. Thank you.
Thanks, Anne.
Yep. Have a good night.
All right. You too.